Alright lads, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Blue Lounge. I hope you guys are doing well. Guys, I want to talk about Victor Osimhen in today's video. I want to talk about what Fabrizio Romano has just said on his channel in regards to interest shown in him and his price tag. Lads, before I continue, do me a favor, hit the subscription button, turn that bell notification button on, and give the video a like. I got to plug that in, you know how it is. Guys, we've heard reports, we've heard discussions, we've heard all kinds of rumours in regards to Victor Osimhen. And a fee has been discussed, a fee has been mentioned. Now, the number 110 million euros has been going around the rags over recent days. Today, Fabrizio Romano squashed all of that by saying what Napoli would accept or what Napoli would be looking to get for Victor Osimhen. And that figure is massive. That figure is a record-breaking figure. And that is 150 million euros for Victor Osimhen. That's what Napoli would want for him. Now, I know you're going to say, oh, you know, there's been bigger transfers, there's been this. When I say record breaking, I mean it's a massive, massive number, lads. 150 million euros is a lot of money. And that is what Napoli, that's what it would take for Napoli to part ways with Victor Osimhen. Is he worth it? Should we go ahead and do this? I'll get into that in just a second. But lads, can you understand 150 million euros for a club like Chelsea to spend on one player on the back of 600 million pounds spent in the last two transfer windows? That in itself is a very problematic position to be in. Now, I'm going to talk about Victor in a second, but keep in mind this, people, for Chelsea to even contemplate doing this, they are going to have to make a lot of sales and buy a limited number of individuals. And we're talking about the 10-15 player transfer window. 10-15 players have to be sold before we can even contemplate going in for Victor Osimhen. And the reason for this is financial fair play, people. Financial fair play will bite us in the backside if we're not careful about this. We've had two or three? We've had 2 years of losses, recorded losses. Another one, and we're in serious trouble. And this kind of transfer, this kind of move will take a hell of a lot of money and a hell of a lot of persuasion. And financially, it needs to be sound. Because Napoli are a stubborn club, people. If you don't know about Napoli, Napoli are a very stubborn club. And for them to part ways with Victor Osimhen, it is going to take a number like that, 150 million euros. I can't see them dropping it lower than that. And that's what Fabrizio Romano is stipulating. If anybody knows about transfers, it's Fabrizio Romano. And this is the position we're in. Fabrizio Romano also said that Chelsea are one of the biggest clubs showing interest right now in Victor Osimhen. Chelsea are on the case, but how far are they willing to go, and how much of a deterrent is that price tag? That is something that will only be apparent over the next few weeks, before we actually know how serious are Chelsea on this. Because in the past we've had great strikers on our radar and we just fumbled the ball when it came to them. And I'm talking about Erling Haaland here. Lukaku is not an option, lads. After what he has been saying, after what has been happening, I don't want to see Lukaku anywhere near Chelsea. I'll be honest with you. And I know, we talked about second chances, blah, blah, blah. But the way things are going right now, no. Is Victor Osimhen worth the money? Is he worth the money? Lads, he has scored double figures in the past 3 seasons. The last 3 seasons he has recorded double figures. He recorded 10 2 years ago, 18 last year, and I think 28 this year in goals. Just goals. I'm not talking about assists. I'm not talking about, contributions, goal contributions. I'm actually talking about actual goals. He scored 10 goals 3 years ago. Last year he scored 18, and this year he's got 28. If my numbers are correct, double check him. I could be, a couple of goals out here or there, but that's the ballpark figure. 28 this season, 18 last, 10 the season before. The man is 24 years old. The man is still developing. He'll be in his prime, I guess, in the next couple of years. Okay, but he's season after season he's getting better. I know Serie A is not the same as the Premier League, and I know it isn't a good comparison because some strikers will flourish there and they could flop over here. It's a massive fee to be risked on a player. However, if ever there was a player that was worth that risk, Victor Osimhen is that player. Romelu Lukaku, we spent £100 million, £97.5 million to acquire him, and he did nothing but destroy his legacy and his, career in England and pretty much everywhere. Okay, he has shown himself not to be the player that we thought he'd be, the player with the legacy that we were expecting. Romelu Lukaku, turn that page and close that book and burn that book. Victor Osimhen, I think, is a very talented player. Very quick, very strong, great in the air, great attributes, and a player that I think would flourish at Chelsea Football Club. But the price tag is massive. I, for one, don't mind us spending this money if we were to go and get Victor Osimhen. I'll be honest with you. I don't mind us spending this money. And I know it would mean that we are unable to splash the cash on a few other players, but I would rather have the money focused on someone with this talent, with this raw talent and career prospect, than to throw it on 80 million on I'll say 80 million on Mudryk and 50 million on X and 60 million on Z and on Y player. No, let's just focus this money on a player that has the raw talent. Let's focus the money on this player. So Fabrizio Romano, again, he has confirmed Chelsea are interested in Victor Osimhen, and he has also confirmed that Victor Osimhen will likely cost in the region of 150 million euros. That's where we are, lads. Tell me what you think about Victor Osimhen in the comments down below. I'd very much appreciate your comments and your feedback on this. It's a tricky one. I'll be honest with you, it's a tricky one, and it's a gamble. And it's a risk. And again, would he come? No Champions League football next season? There are indications that he would be coming if Chelsea were to put the cash. If Chelsea were to fork out the money, there are indications that he would be definitely open to a move to Chelsea Football Club. I'll discuss the story in more detail in upcoming videos. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Peace.